Hey everyone, Skate here, and welcome back to the Spyro into the Dragonfly Let's Play. Now, I can't think of a better way to start the part than showing Spyro floating in the air, because what is a hitbox? Well, that was short-lived. But yeah, we're going to be starting the second to last normal level, Thieves' Den. Yeah, the thieves are here, and they look a bit more like their older counterparts, with like the lack of legs and whatnot. So, are these thieves good, or are they just neutral? Because we're helping them and they don't seem to really doing much against us. Maybe they're acting neutral because Ripto is a bigger threat, or hasn't hired them so they've got nothing to do. But then what about those other thieves? Are they like from a different clan? Because they're dressed in red and they don't well, they don't help us, they steal things. And I wonder though, there's all this treasure here, I wonder if it all belongs to the dragons. I wonder if there's going to be a, I mean, we found out where they are now. I know where you live, and perhaps they're going to, perhaps the dragons after the game are going to have a raid. That wouldn't have been such a bad idea for like one of those epilogues that they used to do in the older Spyro games. As you can see here, this is the main challenge of the level. Is we've got to take out 10 of these wizards. The wizards are invincible to everything but their own attacks, and this is the only time the wind shield is needed in the game. And a good thing too, because it's not very well implemented, it's pretty difficult. It doesn't help that the camera's never in a good position, and that the it's very finicky to get the right angle. Because you have to be turned a particular way, you have to be sat in a particular position. And then they're the only enemies that actually hurt, because the only other enemies are these like mimic baskets and mimic gems. And the baskets look pretty different to normal baskets, they're easy to tell. The mimic gems do actually look like gems, but they're always green gems. So at least there's that to tell. The wizards though, they only appear once. So like once you kill one, it doesn't appear again, even if you like go into a challenge portal and come back. So once you take them all out, it's the level's very empty. Because there's just like nothing there, especially when you've cleared out all the gems, because then you can tell which are the fake like baskets and gems, and it just becomes even more empty. It's a bit of a nuisance sometimes when you're missing like 2 gems and you think you found it and then it's the fake one. Yeah, it doesn't help that this is a very long level. This is like, it might even be the longest level in the game. Just because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of big areas. There's a bit of back and forth in some of the larger areas. Yeah, it does take quite a long time to do. Now, something I just thought about is the thieves. Originally, in the first game, in the manual, the thieves were actually from outside the Dragon Kingdom, and Nasty Knock let them in to steal eggs. So, does that mean that the Dragon Kingdom never fully recovered from the I don't know, what do you call it, the mass immigration? They should have left. They should have left the European Dragon Union, and then they would have got rid of those filthy thief immigrants. But politics jokes aside. So maybe they never cleared out all the thieves, or maybe we've actually left the Dragon Realms and we've gone back to their own land. Who knows? It's interesting to think about, but then in the end, does it really matter? The answer is no. But as you saw there, the wizards, it's very picky on their hitbox, because you have to hit the turban, and sometimes it clips right through the turban, because the turban is always the source of power. If you ever see a man in a turban, take it off and you will gain his magic powers. Don't really. Don't take off people's turbans. And if you do, you didn't get that idea from me, okay? I think one thing I don't like about, I don't know, I guess it's just a poor design choice, but they didn't really have anything else to go with, because I guess it's balanced either ways. The wizards take ages to do this spell, especially the first time. I think they don't take as long to cast it after the first time. But it's a nuisance, because when you're trying to kill it and you have to keep turning and it's just like a big trial and error. But sometimes it just takes way too long. But if they made it too quick, then you probably won't have time to do wing shield fast enough. Hello, suspicious looking wall. That looks a lot like the rest of the wall. Yes, we're ignoring that wall for the moment because it's just attention seeking. While trying to be different. Ooh, that was close. Ah, we got a Dragonfly already. A green one.
Hey, it's Charlie.
And a life. Yeah, the life butterflies, not very distinctive. Okay. The power of head bash clipping. Yeah, but the life butterflies are not quite as distinctive as they were in the other games. The other ones, they were like all sparkly and like a royal blue colour. These are just like kind of like a washed out green. But now we're entering our first challenge. It's another one of those electric pylon puzzle challenge McGee's. Essentially, it's just a harder one of the one from Cross Circle County. Now, I think what you're meant to do, I think it's faster to actually jump on one of these, and then just keep jumping off of them, because by the time you've like zapped one, it should be high enough for the one following to be low enough. But I just stand here because it's safer. The way that the controls are a bit finicky, it makes I'd rather not take risks and fall off. And then you know when you've got it right, because I think the last one you zap starts moving away. And the whole, I think what they intended was you meant to jump on that one. It would then fly closer towards the other platforms, so then you could actually get there more easily. Because there's that one over there that's really close. But I never did that. You can just glide from there. Just as long as you make sure one of these outer ones is there. So it is a harder version of the Cross Circle County one. We don't get any of that nonsense of the weird, like, electric line power stuff appearing when you get everything on the inner circle. But it's also it takes so much longer because the platforms are awkwardly shaped. You can only get to some certain ways. They don't all go in the same cycle. And it's difficult to sort of like create a critical path or a route to efficiently get them all quickly. What also makes it annoying is it's got a problem with the stairs again. Is walking down the stairs can build up a lot of momentum that can make you fly off. And I won't be surprised if that's the cause of deaths on this. I remember once getting stuck on this level. There was like I was stood on the very edge of a platform, and because of the weird controls and like turn angles and stuff, if I jumped, I wouldn't have made it because it would have the turning arc. I think jumping or moving wouldn't have helped because the turning arc would have been too big if I jumped, and any movement probably would have changed the hitbox angle and made me fall off anyway because I was like right on the edge of a platform. I was about to comment on the music, but stop playing. Ah, here we go, it's back. The music's okay for this challenge. It's pretty calm, a bit mellow. And then it's got this weird, like, incomprehensible lyric. Like, it sounds like an old man, like, moaning about his day or something. Like, the lyrics sound like he's going like, "Been a long day, woman." It's kind of fitting, I guess, to the actual thing, because it feels long. And then I realised I missed some at the bottom. I don't know if I missed some or if it was that they just weren't. I wasn't in the right cycle to get them easily, so I decided to get some of the ones up there. But yeah, after a while it does get pretty boring because you are just sitting, just like stood there on like one platform, just waiting for something to come closer. Still got a few more of these to go. I can see now I got bored, I think. Either got bored or I was trying to find which ones I need to do. Because I almost never use the look around function. I mean, it's not a bad feature, look around. I like the whole idea that you see above. The view is like between Spyro's horns. But I think I only ever used it like like a few times when I was younger playing this, and when I was playing Spyro 1 a lot, I used it. I just noticed there's 2 moons. Or is one of them not a moon? And it's a space station. At the top of the platform, the enemy that we actually have to kill, because in the other one it was one of those like space riptok guys. In this one, it's one of the wizards, but because it's just one of those like challenges, it doesn't attack you, doesn't have any nothing to deflect you. You can just hit him with anything. So I guess that one isn't. I guess maybe that one's just an apprentice or something, which is why he's not invincible. I mean, I guess because they didn't really have any other enemies to use. Because imagine one of the mimic baskets or gems working all these things or keeping a dragonfly. Yep, and yep. Yeah, I fell there. I was pretty annoyed there when I did that. It's because of the it looks like I sound so bad, like I'm a bad player or something, but that was more the game than me that time. Like, it looks like I just kept walking, but it's the problem I was talking about, where jumping and going downstairs and going upstairs as well. It's like the momentum that Spyro carries in this game gets carried a bit much, because at that point I'd actually I'd taken my thumb off the control stick, and if it had been like Spyro 1 or 2 or 3, I would have stopped moving. I would have been stood on the very edge. But because it's not, Spyro continued to walk and well, fell to his doom. So yeah, I had to do the whole thing again, and that was not fun. And we're still not done here. We've been here for ages. I think this is one of the reasons why the Thieves' Den is such a long level, is because it's got the 2 longest challenges in the game. Now that I think about it. This is probably the longest challenge in the game, not just because everything moves so slowly. Even Spyro's getting bored that he's scratching himself. I think we're almost there. So we got the last one. Now we can't make our way up, and maybe this time not fall off the the weird platform stairs thing. See, the wall is your friend, but not too much, because I think I had it once before that it did once gimp my jump. So now I'm being a bit more tentative. So yep, completely harmless. It's almost if he doesn't realise we're there. And apparently zapping his crotch makes him lose his turban. But it's finally done. And we got a blue dragonfly called Morpheus.
Hey, it's Morpheus.
So the Matrix. But it's the blue dragonfly, so is that the blue pill? So we're still in the Matrix. Spyro's still in the game. If he'd taken a red dragonfly, he would have actually realised that he's a video game character, and he would have tried to escape. And I just okay. Delayed reactions much. It's like, oh, wait a minute, that hurt. Poof. Oh yeah, but when you go through challenge portal, the lives come back, the free lives. So, but we're immediately met by another wizard. Oh, this one got me. Oh, you got me again. Etch, you've been working on that draw. Fastest knobs in the West. I don't know what the chant they're saying is. Ya ya yumpa. There's a somewhat annoying dragonfly to get. The green gem mimics, you can very easily knock them off a cliff. They do automatically come back to you, so the game isn't that bad that you lose it forever or something. Like, that is something that did happen in the older games, but it was very rare. Like, I think it only ever happened like once in Spyro 1 where a gem would actually fall off.
Hey, it's Jordan.
Yeah, we got Jordan. Hooray. You know, for the actual like collectible counter to show the yellow dragonflies, there aren't really that many of them in the game. But yep, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of news then, because we're immediately going into another challenge portal.